Excuse me. I am a once-in-a-lifetime treasure to this godless city. New York is happy to have Chael Sonnen, the biggest draw in the industry, the highest paid athlete the sport has ever seen. It can be one-on-one, two-on-one, or five-on-one. I will make sure you all need 9-1-1. When you're the greatest fighter in the world today, they got a name for you. They call you Mr. Sonnen.
The second of our double main event. Our main events here tonight. One of the great talkers in combat sports history, but Jimmy, as you even just mentioned, he doesn't want that written on his tombstone. Chael Sonnen is a very prideful individual. Yes, he loves to get into his opponent's minds with the mind games, and yeah, he's great with a quip. Maybe has a future as a stand-up comedian. But he really needs to prove himself in the Bellator MMA cage tonight against Wanderlei Silva.
Exactly. If you have that shtick of being the great talker, you have to back it up with outstanding performances. His last performance against Tito Ortiz, anything but outstanding. He needs to redeem himself tonight in the eyes of the fans.
He enters this fight with just one victory in his past 5 outings dating back to July 2012. Lone win came against Mauricio Shogun Rua in the octagon in August 2013. Chael Sonnen, the American gangster, ready to do battle with his arch-rival Wanderlei Silva. One of the most decorated fighters in MMA history, holds so many Pride Fighting Championship records, involved in so many memorable battles. But here in the concrete jungle where dreams are made of, Jimmy, Wanderlei Silva would love to use his hands of concrete to wire Chael Sonnen's mouth shut.
It would be probably the most satisfying beatdown of his career. I know the rematch with Arona, a lot of emotion behind that one, but he would love
Rampage Jackson.
Rampage Jackson.
But you're right.
I think this is personal. This is much more personal even than those fights.
Silva called Sonnen the biggest joke in MMA, but the Axburger hopes to deliver the violent punchline, and as we mentioned, the time for talking is over. This is not about championships. It's about pride and punishment. No love lost as you look at the Pride FC records held by Wanderlei Silva. What an illustrious career it has been, but again, we wonder just how much cage corrosion will prove to be a factor for Wanderlei Silva. It's the pomp and pageantry of Bellator's biggest event in history, Bellator NYC. And for the final time tonight, the tale of the tape brought to you by Dave & Buster's, the only place to eat, drink, play, and watch sports.
Look at the records. Both guys extremely experienced, but they want, I think, need this fight. Wanderlei Silva wants revenge. Chael Sonnen wants to erase the taste of his last fight against Tito Ortiz.
Here with the official introductions of Michael C. Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miller Lite presents Bellator NYC from Madison Square Garden tonight, live on pay-per-view. The time has come for the night's second main event. 3 5-minute rounds in the light heavyweight division. division. Brought to you by Miller Lite, the original light beer. It's Miller time. And now, introducing the blue corner. At 6'1", weighing in 205.8 pounds, invariably outspoken, the three-time world title challenger returns to the Bellator cage with 28 professional victories, 15 defeats, and 1 draw. Hailing from West Lynn, Oregon, presenting Chael, the American Gangster, Sonnen. And across the cage, his adversary fights out of the red corner at 5'10", weighing in exactly the same, 205.8 pounds. The always thrilling former champion tonight makes his much anticipated Bellator debut, bringing an outstanding professional record with 35 victories, 12 defeats, and 1 draw. Hailing from Curitiba, Paraná, Brazil, introducing Wanderlei, the Axe-Murderer Silva. And when the bell rings, the referee in charge of the action, Big John McCarthy.
Gentlemen, we've gone over the rules in the back. I want you to protect yourself at all times. You obey my commands at all times. I want you to fight hard and fight clean. If you want to touch gloves, touch them now. Good luck to both of you.
Yeah, right.
I don't know why he even said that. Kind of had formality.
Yeah. Big John McCarthy overseeing this, the second of our 2 main events. It's time to do their talking.
You ready?
With their fists, their feet. And Chael Sonnen, Wanderlei Silva, grudge match, years in the making. No surprise, Sonnen exploding for the takedown, and he gets it early, Jimmy.
We knew we'd see it fast. It was in the first 10 seconds.
Ground and pound by Sonnen in the opening 30 seconds of this, our main event, scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the light heavyweight division.
This is what he's great at. Ground and pound in the dominant position. He's laying some great right hands.
We talked about potential cage corrosion for Silva coming off the longest layoff of his more than 20-year career, 1,574 days, Jimmy. And right now, he is in trouble.
He's feeling every single one of those days right now.
And
Chael Sonnen's all over him.
Dropping right hands. Now, something that may be overlooked because of his ferocious striking, Wanderlei Silva is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, Jim.
Yeah, he is, and you can see him kind of angling for the arm. But the pressure that Chael Sonnen is putting on him is not making submissions an option right now. Silva's doing everything he can to just stay in this fight, but right now, Sonnen all over him.
Well, Chael Sonnen said, coming off the loss to Ortiz, that he was defeated by the worst fighter there is. That just makes him even worse. So not only is he looking to redeem himself, but of course he wants to put an end to this rivalry that has been years in the making.
Now, Wanderlei had to know at some point he was going to be in this position, on his back, trying to survive.
Maybe not this early.
Yeah, maybe not this early, but tests your mentality. You start thinking, look, I know I'm going to have to deal with this eventually.
Old school can opener.
Yeah, going for the can opener.
Watch your fingers. There you go.
Problem is you can give up an arm right there if the guy can angle his hips, but he lets it go.
So Chael Sonnen contends in just mauling Wanderlei Silva up against the fence, dropping short, slashing elbows. And again, Wanderlei Silva, 40 years of age, the oldest competitor here tonight, slightly older than Fedor Emelianenko, who we saw get stopped early by Matt Mitrione in the first of our double main events.
So far, this is a wipeout halfway through the first round. Chael Sonnen all over him. Wanderlei's got to figure out something. He's able to push away and get up.
Up to his feet. With 2 minutes and 15 seconds left in the opening round, but Sonnen stuck to him like Velcro.
Don't expect him to give Wanderlei Silva any space at all. He's in Greco country right now. This is where he loves to fight. In close, dirty box. Now Silva can angle away, and he does.
And Silva just landed a right hand. Sonnen from southpaw. Silva creating distance. Sonnen gets the right hand by Silva. Silva's turn to be on top.
Talk about a reversal. The legs went right out from under Chael Sonnen.
The best of times and worst of times for each of these two veterans here in round one. 90 seconds left in the first round.
And 30 seconds ago, it looks like it might be the end for Wanderlei Silva, and then he comes back.
25 of Silva's 35 victories have come via former knockout. Sonnen, good job tripping the hips. And now Sonnen with the takedown. Silva looking for the guillotine choke.
Now he's able to get around the guard. Without the guard, he's not going to get that guillotine.
And now Sonnen from half guard.
Gonna lock up the Kimura. He's trying to isolate the wrist.
Final minute of the first round.
For a second, he's going to transition to full mount. Wasn't able to get it. This is the point in the fight. Near the end of the first round, those emotions burn away, and
Yes.
it's all about your training, your cardio, your technique.
At the end of the day, it is still a fight. You can't
Exactly.
fight with words.
Exactly.
And Sonnen hoping to punctuate his performance in the opening round. He started well, suffered a bit of trouble in the middle part of the round, and now looking to close out the round in dominant position. 5 of Sonnen's 28 victories have been via submission, but he doesn't want to submit Wanderlei Silva. He wants to knock him out.
Yeah, but I think at this point, he'll take whatever he can get. He felt that power.
Yep.
He can submit him. He'll take it. Make no mistake.
Tito Ortiz fired up about the action. And Tito Ortiz
How do you really feel, Phil? How do you really feel about it?
You got clipped, and even on pay-per-view, I won't say the other word.
Back and forth. You know, I think the over-under on the double length was 15 seconds. All of it. No, I think it'd be 10 seconds. Over 15 was you were going to make some money, but Chael Sonnen, beautiful ground and pound, powerful, great right hands, changing it up, going body head. Wanderlei hanging on. Thought he might get a fight finishing strike there. Look at this.
Oh,
Oh, right. Right over the ear, took away the balance of Chael Sonnen. Wasn't a sharp shot, overhand. Look at that, bang. Not even turned over that sharp, but anything around the ear, equilibrium completely goes.
so an interesting opening 5 minutes as the party continues here at MSG. People having a fantastic time, an amazing crowd here at Madison Square Garden for Bellator's biggest event ever. As Sonnen comes in the attack, he clipped Wanderlei, and now they're swinging for the fences at Madison Square Garden. And Sonnen, the smart thing, changes levels, takes him down.
That left hand hurt him.
How'd you score the opening 5, Jimmy?
I had it 10-9 Chael Sonnen, just in dominant position longer, but he's in the guillotine now. Can Wanderlei finish? He would love to finish this via submission. Almost as satisfying as a knockout. Chael's doing everything he can. The one thing about the guillotine, if you don't get it, man, it costs you a lot of gas. Wanderlei always breathing heavy.
Submitted by Tito Ortiz via rear naked choke at Bellator 170 this past January. And these two veterans both may be taking a breather, referee imploring them to improve position.
One thing is Silva might be waiting for a stand-up here. Knows he can't finish the guillotine, but maybe looking for a stand-up.
And already breathing with his mouth open.
Very, very heavy.
So a stalemate. And this is not the mannequin challenge, Jimmy.
Kind of looks like that right now. Sonnen is in trouble. Can't pull out his left hand, it looks like.
Is he even attempting?
Yeah. You see him shaking. He's trying to rip that hand off. And able to pull his head out. So far, he can't do it.
And because it is a submission attempt, really the referee is
Exactly.
He can't stand him up.
Yeah, hard to do that. Wanderlei at this point just hanging on.
And Sonnen attacked. Wow. I know the crowd will celebrate that, Tito is shutting instructions of Wanderlei Silva. And on cue, Ortiz said, watch out for the double leg, and Sonnen explodes again for the power double.
Anybody could have said that. Everybody watching is saying the same thing. I know Tito knows wrestling, but you know Chael's going to go for the double leg.
And now ground and pound by Chael Sonnen. 2:45 left in the second round.
So far, virtually no sprawl by Wanderlei Silva. No answer to that double leg. They've been easy every time.
Sonnen continues to try to punish Wanderlei Silva from top position, wide base in the close guard. Silva trying to control his posture. Now cuffing him on the ears with a palm strike. A little pancrase for you there, Jimmy.
Old school.
Proud to give a shout out to the pancrase vets, including Frank Shamrock, who's in attendance tonight, and I know El Guapo Boss Rutan is watching at home. There really sums it up, doesn't it, Jimmy? This card is my everything, all of it right here. I love you.
It's been crazy, man. It's been a night where you never know what to expect. It's all happened. A double knockdown.
Wow.
That comes back to
What about
knockout Fedor.
Zach Freeman?
Yeah, every fight.
Brent Primus. We saw Lorenz Larkin losing his Bellator MMA debut to welterweight champion Douglas Lima. By the way, Ryan Bader, new Bellator light heavyweight champion to close out Bellator 180. And we will be hearing from the new light heavyweight champ still to come. Sorry, Jimmy.
Now, this is the problem that Wanderlei's had. He hasn't been able to create space. That closed guard position, he can sometimes keep Chael Sonnen close to him, but can't push off and really get space.
But the positioning
kept so much weight on.
Right, and this does behoove Sonnen, though, to keep Silva there against the fence.
Exactly.
No real estate. And he's content to just keep peppering away here in the final minute of round number 2.
The punches don't quite have the sting that they had in the opening round. But Chael still positionally dominant.
These two got into a full-fledged fight on the set of The Ultimate Fighter Brazil 3. Sonnen even said that Silva attacked him in front of his wife. So, I mean, there have been many hostilities leading up to this fight here tonight.
On his work.
Referee McCarthy imploring them to work.
You know where Wanderlei wants this, back on the feet. Maybe he can land that left hook again. He's hurt Chael a couple of times, but hasn't been able to keep the fight standing.
As Sonnen continues to stymie Wanderlei Silva. Round 2. Well, Jimmy, you, of course, a long-time voice of Bellator MMA. I will give you the honors. What a night in New York.
Very close fight between Ryan Bader and Phil Davis. Brent Primus winning the title over Michael Chandler. An incredibly devastating injury to his ankle. And then Matt Mitrione knocking out Fedor Emelianenko after a double knockdown. This has been the story of the fight. Wanderlei Silva able to hurt Chael Sonnen on the feet. Has rocked him more than once, but Chael Sonnen tenacious with the takedown. Wanderlei Silva hasn't been able to keep this fight where he wants it because of that double leg. Good penetration on the shot and virtually no takedown defense to speak of from Wanderlei Silva. It's been easy every time.
So it comes down to this, the final 5 minutes of the second of our double main event here at Bellator's debut at Madison Square Garden, Bellator NYC, and Wanderlei Silva, sense of urgency, the knee in the right hand, and again, Sonnen exploding for the takedown. Wash, rinse, repeat.
Don't expect him to do anything different as long as it's working.
Chael Sonnen looking to Move to full mount. Silva shrimping his hips and now has half butterfly guard. But what does Silva have to do? I know easier said than done, Jimmy, but what can Silva do to reverse his fortunes here?
In those brief half butterfly guard positions, needs to push off and get space. He's been too comfortable keeping Chael closer. Works from a lot of close guard.
Look at that stat, Jimmy.
That tells the whole story. Too much pressure by Chael Sonnen.
So Sonnen looking to bounce back from an ignominious defeat in his Bellator debut. Wanderlei Silva looking to succeed after the longest layoff of his career in his Bellator debut, but he's looking up at Chael Sonnen now. Off his back, a minute and a half gone.
Exactly where he didn't want to be. Don't expect Chael Sonnen to wear out in this position. This is his bread and butter.
Now Silva trying to defend what appears to be maybe an attempt at an arm lock by Sonnen. No, Sonnen just content to continue reigning in the right hands.
Yeah, he will not give up this position for anything. He won't risk any submission that might get him out of this top position. He won't do it. Expected to stay on top, play it safe.
He looks like he is going for the double wrist lock and maybe an attempt at a Kimura here. Nope.
Yep. He's got the lock. He's got to get around the half guard and use it. He couldn't do it.
Silva just needs to explode his hips somehow again. Been through so many wars, so many miles on the odometer.
Is that explosive ability still there? So far, we haven't seen it.
That's the midpoint of the final round. And again, Sonnen fishing for that Kimura. Silva desperately trying to squirm out from underneath Chael Sonnen's blanket.
And Chael's a veteran. He knows how much activity level is required to keep this fight on the ground. He's going to stay right there. Punch just enough.
One thing I'm a little surprised at, Jimmy, is that even here, that Sonnen is not maybe trash talking more. Like he really is, once the bell goes, focused on the fight.
Yeah, I think he's a little tired to be talking and fighting at the same time. It requires more energy than he has right now. This is hard work.
And he is desperately working for that Kimura.
See Wanderlei just holding on. Everything about his posture, everything about his guard is just trying to stay close.
90 seconds left in this fight. Wanderlei putting his hands up, pleading with the referee, but I mean, Sonnen's doing work now, full mount.
He has a minute 15 left to get something done. But Chael Sonnen has just been tenacious with his top game.
Let's work to a finish. Let's go.
Coming up on the final 60 seconds of this main event. Hey, don't forget, Bellator will return to Thackerville with a pair of power-punching lightweight contenders. Derek Campos, Brandon Gertz will throw down in a rematch for a spot atop one of our most stacked divisions. Bellator MMA, Friday, July 14th, 9 p.m. live on Spike. Final 45 seconds of the fight.
Now he's looking to Big John for help, but Wanderlei's got to help himself. He has to create some space that he hasn't been able to do throughout this entire fight.
Well, Chael Sonnen able to impose his game plan on Wanderlei Silva. And the clock continues to tick away. Final 20 seconds. And it very much, as the shoulder strikes from Sonnen, looks like Sonnen is going to improve to 1-1 in Bellator MMA, and it appears he has gotten the best of the axe murderer, Wanderlei Silva.
That's a very frustrated Wanderlei Silva. I would even say disgusted.
Well, but to be fair, Chael
Chael did a great job. Chael did a great job.
Wanderlei Silva can, maybe work on the takedown defense a little more.
He could not stop any of those double A's. That was the story of the fight.
Chael Sonnen talk the talk, and here tonight, definitely walk the walk. Here's our Blackheart Premium Spiced Rum replay, the bold 93 proof rum that's empty to the core.
Don't just look at the takedown. Look how easy the takedown was. The hips never go back. Wanderlei Silva never able to get his sprawl going. Easy penetration double leg. As long as you let Chael Sonnen do this, you're never going to win the fight. He has such heavy top pressure. Wanderlei Silva on the bottom the entire time. Never able to get his own game going when he was on the feet. He was able to hurt Chael a couple of times, but most of the fight was right here. Chael Sonnen on top, Wanderlei frustrated underneath.
Oh, look at Chael Sonnen and Tito Ortiz exchanging words. Sonnen calling out to Randy Couture. Oh, Chael was looking for some H2O and getting a thumbs up from Randy Couture. So a much better performance for Chael Sonnen in his second outing here in the Bellator MMA cage, but something tells me that this rivalry is far from over as we look at the CompuStrike total strikes landed. One-sided for Chael Sonnen. And we await the official decision. Well, we won't wait any longer. Here is Michael C. Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, having gone the distance inside the Bellator cage, we'll go to your three judges. Your first judge, Sal D'Amato, scores the fight 30-26, while judges Jeff Mullen and Dave Torelli both see the fight the same 30-27. All have it for the winner by unanimous decision, Chael, the American Gangster Sonnen.
Can't be surprised. Unanimous decision win for Chael Sonnen. Here's Jimmy.
Chael, I know you didn't get the finish you wanted, but a dominant performance for the bad guy. How does it feel?
You know, I look around this arena, and aside from soon-to-be world champion Nick Skowski, all I can think to myself is, God damn, I hate New York.
Oh, whoa.
It looked like the bad blood is still there, Chael. Did you feel it in the fight?
I made Tito Ortiz tap out in less than a minute. I got Wanderlei Silva out of here in the main event. And when it comes to you, Fedor Emelianenko, I only need one shot. Now, you asked me for an autograph in the back. I patted you on your doughy head and told you I'd think about it. But I made my decision. I'll give you that signature, but it's going to be on the bottom of a contract, and you're going to find out, just like Wanderlei and Tito, you never piss off a gangster.
You just heard it. Chael Sonnen, ladies and gentlemen.
205-pound matchup between two decorated veterans.
Take a look, both guys, older guys, both the same height, both the same reach. What you're looking at is a contrast to style. Who's going to be able to impose their will on their opponent?
Gentlemen, we have the rules in the back. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. If you wish to touch gloves, do so now. Step back.
So here we go. Action in the Bellator MMA light heavyweight division. Chael Sonnen looking to avenge the Team Quest losses incurred by Randy Couture and Dan Henderson to Lyoto Machida. As we begin round one, Machida in the red gloves, Sonnen in the blue gloves, and as expected, Sonnen immediately going after Machida, changes levels, looking for the takedown early.
Great job by Chael to get himself into Lyoto without accepting any damage. That's the pressure that he needs to bring throughout this fight.
Here's an incredible stat. Sonnen is Machida's 7th straight lefty opponent.
Someone's been saying, I think I got something that can beat you.
And he's 4-3 against those lefties.
But this is the problem for Chael. Getting him up against the cage, Lyoto is very difficult to bring down when he's got that cage for a balance point. Chael's got to do some nifty work inside here. Nice inside trips that he has, and chain those techniques together.
While Sonnen has a 22-year career, you look at his record and you look at the people he has faced, it's a who's who of mixed martial arts. Same goes for Machida. Two guys that have been there, done that, John.
No doubt about it. You take a look at the wins that both of these guys have and who they're against.
Oh, the takedown by Sonnen, and he's got his back. Sonnen's got the hook in, looking for the rear naked choke on Machida. Well defended by the Dragon.
Yeah, this is a hard position. I was going to say, Chael's going to have a hard time keeping that position right now, just based upon where he was at. But again, Chael has the wrestling ability to get Lyoto to the ground. He's got some incredibly slick inside and outside trips, and the way he chains his techniques together, he just needs to be careful when he approaches for that clinch.
Sonnen has 4 submission wins, but throughout his career, John, submission defense has been his Achilles heel. He has been forced to capitulate to submissions 9 times.
Well, that was, a lot of those were early in his career, and he did have some problems with submission, but now Chael is not only what we would have said as at one time a world-class wrestler, he is a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He just received that black belt, and he deserves it because his grappling is outstanding.
How would you rate Sonnen's striking skills?
Sonnen's striking skills are not what we would say as far as orthodox. He's a little bit awkward in what he does, but with what Clayton Hires has taught him and how he does it, he throws things from odd angles that end up connecting because his opponents don't see him when he's throwing them, and so he is very effective with his stand-up game.
Machida has 5. Body kick by the karate black belt, Shotokan karate. Sonnen goes down, Machida on top of Sonnen.
He was seriously hurt, Mauro.
Sonnen trying to stave off this flurry of hammer fists, courtesy of Machida.
I've seen Chael in a lot of fights, and I've seen him get hit with big shots. Nothing really puts him down. That was a huge knee.
Sonnen has been knocked out 6 times in his career. This is his 48th professional fight for the 42-year-old native of West Lynn, Oregon. The reason he continues to compete, he made a promise to his late father. He would not stop his journey until he became champion.
Yeah, I believe that Chael got actually cheated out of that whole situation, because back when he was in the WC, he fought Paulo Filho twice. The second time he made weight, Paulo Filho came in as champion, 7 pounds overweight, and Chael beat him to a pulp and should have gotten the champion.
Sonnen coming up on the final minute, desperately trying to survive after being knocked down by Machida. Machida trained karate beginning at the age of 3. Started Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu training at 16, boxing at 16, using a striking now on Sonnen.
Great job of Sonnen to keep himself protected here. Lyoto is dangerous in this position when he opens up.
Machida looking for his 11th knockout victory. Sonnen curling up, trying to defend. 30 seconds left in the opening round. Plenty of time for Machida, but Sonnen's back to his feet.
Great job by Chael Sonnen, because he's taken a lot of shots.
Weathering the early storm from the Dragon, and now delivers a knee to the midsection of Machida.
Lyoto needs a little bit of a breather there. He put out a lot of effort in trying to finish Chael. Wasn't able to get that finish.
Sonnen went down in round 1, but he lives to see round number 2. The bell in round 2, Sonnen sporting a mouse under that left eye where Machida's knee made contact, and another knee strike by Machida. Sonnen again hurt, and now he's trying to stymie the offense of Machida. Hammer fist from the Dragon. Sonnen desperately trying to keep this barrage, and it is over.
Ladies and gentlemen, inside the Bellator cage, referee Todd Anderson steps in, waves off the contest due to unanswered strikes officially. 22 seconds into round number 2. The winner by TKO, Leonto, the Dragon Machida.
Let's see how these two fighters line up as Dave & Buster's brings you our tale of the tape. Eat, drink, play, watch sports.
And what else can you highlight but the weight? This is a guy who tried to gain weight and only got up to 201.9. Tito Ortiz, 205.5. He's a good 220, 225 tonight.
Once again, Michael Williams.
Here at the Landers Center live on pay-per-view, Bellator MMA now moves to the light heavyweight division. 3 5-minute rounds brought to you by AutoZone. Get Duralast, proven tough, available only at AutoZone. And now, introducing first fighting out of the blue corner, at 6'2", weighing in 205.5 pounds. The former world champion tonight, making his Bellator debut, brings a professional record with 16 victories, 11 defeats, with 1 draw. Ladies and gentlemen, the MMA legend hailing from Huntington Beach, California, introducing the People's Champion, Tito Ortiz. And across the cage, his opponent tonight fighting out of the red corner at 5'11", weighing in 201.9 pounds. The reigning Bellator middleweight world champion tonight, stepping up in weight, holds an incredible record, 50 professional victories, 7 defeats, hailing from Omsk, Russia, presenting Alexander Storm Shlemenko. And when the bell rings, the referee in charge of the action, Big John McCarthy.
Protect yourself at all times and obey my commands at all times. Fight clean, fight hard, fight fair. If you want touch gloves, touch them now. Good luck to both of you. Step back.
Jimmy, your keys to victory for this fight.
Alexander Shlemenko test Ortiz early. He's at a long layoff. Catch him with that ring rust still on and keep the pressure on. Tito, keep him against the fence. Protect the midsection. He has deadly liver attacks.
I have been looking forward to this fight.
You ready?
Tito! And round number 1. Our fight clock is brought to you by Miller Lite, the official beer of Bellator. It's not just a good time, it's Miller time.
It looks like a giant versus a regular dude.
Shlemenko, the Russian, in the black trunks. Ortiz in the white trunks. They look about 3 weight classes apart.
Hard to understand.
Ortiz to the inside. There's the body kick and another from Shlemenko.
Looks like Tito's head could make middleweight.
That is the line of the night.
I call it how I see it, man. He's got to come in, though, and work the takedown. He's tried a couple times, but he hasn't committed to it.
Big chance of Tito from the Landers Center crowd.
This is not where Tito wants to be. He looks rusty. He's waiting on Shlemenko.
Feint on the shot from Ortiz.
Shlemenko just shrugged him off. That's not a good sign. And this is what I meant about that ring rust early in the fight. Tito's had a long layoff. Don't let him warm up.
Shlemenko, true to his word, attacking the body. Spinning back fist.
But another thing you have to wonder about is how long has Shlemenko been carrying this weight? Is he used to walking around this heavy? Will it take some of his gas being at 201 pounds? Most middleweights, that would sound weird. They walk normally around 200 at least. But not Shlemenko. He's carrying a lot of extra weight in there.
Douglas Lima, our Bellator welterweight world champion, walks heavier by about 10 pounds than Alexander
much bigger than Alexander Shlemenko.
Walks at about 205. Knee to the body. Shlemenko holding the overhook.
It's not the first time he's targeted the body. Successful takedown by Tito. What can Tito do with it? He's in a wrestling ride right now, going for the spiral ride. Trying to flatten Shlemenko out. It's a good way to open up the hips for the hooks as well.
Shlemenko has trained heavily for takedown defense in this fight.
With those eyes wide, I'm sure he's thinking how heavy he's going for the arm triangle.
Looking for that head and arm choke to finish. This is Ortiz.
He might have it. Is he out?
That is tight.
I think he's out. He's out.
A technical submission win for Tito Ortiz as he chokes Alexander Shlemenko unconscious.
Ladies and gentlemen, inside the Bellator cage with the arm triangle choke in deep, referee John McCarthy steps in and waves it off. The official time, 2 minutes, 27 seconds into round number 1. The winner by submission, the People's Champion, Tito Ortiz.
Alexander Shlemenko had a clear game plan of how to beat Tito Ortiz. Keep it standing, get distance, avoid being taken down. Ortiz, clear-minded, fast start to the ground and finish Shlemenko, and that's exactly what he did. He is with Jimmy Smith.
Tito, I just want to ask this crowd very much behind you, how did this feel, man?
Guess who's back? Let me get on camera for you. I worked hard as hell for this. You know what? I'm just inspired to inspire others. Show you guys what hard work and dedication can achieve. It was kind of funny because like I went over this over and over and over and over in my brain, and I wanted to prepare myself for the end of this. And one of the persons I looked up to through my whole career was Hulk Hogan. So what I thought in my mind was, brother, let me tell you, last night I was laying in my bed, and I listened to the big man upstairs, and he said, you take your vitamins and you say your prayers, and you get what you want. Well, you know what, ladies and gentlemen? Bada bing, baby, this is hard work shows. I've gone through so many surgeries, and people counted me out. I had my back pressed against the wall, and people counted me out. My son Jacob is at home watching this right now. I love you, son. My two boys, Jesse and Journey, who'll be watching this with me tomorrow at home. I love both you guys too. Sons, this is what hard work shows. You know what? UFC, you can try to take me off your list. You can try to take me off your Hall of Fame. But each and every one of these fans will remember Tito Ortiz for the rest of MMA lifetime, baby.
and you did it against a man in Alexander Shlemenko. Despite the weight difference, despite the size difference, he came at you tonight. He did not run, came right for you. What are your thoughts on him, man, as an opponent?
You know what? It's a solid base. I thought he'd be a little bit lighter, but he was solid. His punches were decently hard. I mean, I've been hit a lot more times harder, but I closed the gap. We had a game plan. I had a game plan. I watched all of his tapes. I mean, I sponsored the kid as he was coming up. And you know what? He's a great champion, 185 pounds. My hat's off to him for even taking this fight, for calling me out. But at the same time, what do I do best, man? I punish people. That's what I'm here to do. People who counted me out, they told me, Tito, get out of this sport. Go home. No. Bullshit. I'm here for a long time, baby.
Give it up for him, ladies and gentlemen, the People's Champion, Tito Ortiz.
Dave & Buster's brings you our tale of the tape for this main event fight. Eat, drink, play, watch sports.
Look at the significant 6-inch reach advantage for King Mo. Can he keep the hard-hitting Rampage Jackson on the outside?
The talking is over. Time to fight. Here's Michael Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Landers Center, Bellator MMA now presents live on pay-per-view the main event of the evening, the light heavyweight final in the toughest tournament in sports. Brought to you tonight by Miller Lite, the official beer of Bellator MMA. It's not just a good time, it's Miller time. And now, introducing first the red corner. At 6 foot, weighing in 205.6 pounds, the former Bellator tournament winner and world title challenger tonight stands with 12 professional victories, 3 defeats. Fighting out of Coconut Creek, Florida, introducing King Mo. And across the cage, his opponent fighting out of the blue corner at 6 foot 1, weighing in 205.9 pounds. The two-time world champion tonight in his first Bellator tournament final brings an impressive professional record, 34 victories, 11 defeats, fighting out of Irvine, California, originally hailing from Memphis, Tennessee, introducing Rampage Jackson. In charge of the action, your referee, Big John McCarthy.
Back, protect yourself at all times, and obey my commands at all times. Fight clean, fight hard, fight fair. If you want to touch gloves, touch them now. Good, step back. Good luck.
Jimmy, your keys to victory are presented by Victory Motorcycles. Ride one and you'll own one.
For King Mo, mix up the takedowns and the punches, throw jabs and angle. We talked about that reach advantage for Rampage Jackson. Uses power punches and the save your gas for the later rounds. He's had first round knockouts in Bellator. Can he be effective rounds 2 and 3?
John McCarthy said if you want to touch gloves, do so now. Both men walked away without touching gloves.
And nobody expected that.
All right, here we go.
Big John just being polite.
You ready? Let's get it on.
The bell in round number 1. Scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds, the light heavyweight tournament final, and immediately a takedown from King Mo.
No surprise there that he went for it that quickly.
Our fight clock is brought to you by Miller Lite, the official beer of Bellator. It's not just a good time, it's Miller time.
And they are talking trash on the ground, or at least Rampage is.
King Mo in the black trunks, Rampage Jackson in the black and camouflage trunks.
Not a good sign how easy that was.
The guard now from Rampage Jackson, now closes guard.
Rampage not often in this position. He wants to get space and explode. And easy guard pass now for King Mo. A lot of hip pressure by Mo. They're right in front of us.
Saw King Mo controlling the outside leg. Rampage back to his feet. Into the body.
Once again, going for that single leg, head on the inside. This time he hunts for the other ankle.
For the ankle pick, and he gets the takedown. See Jackson sitting up, holding the overhook.
And it's not just about getting his ground and pound going on top. It's also about dragging Rampage into deep water. It's great to be a knockout guy, 2 quick finishes in Bellator, but he hasn't had that long, grueling fight in a long time.
King Mo staying sticky, knee to the thigh. More big knees to the thigh of Rampage Jackson.
Don't grab it, there you go.
Level change from King Mo, and again he hits the takedown.
Man, relentless with the takedown. It's that second and third effort that's making the difference. Pro Rampage crowd is booing for a stand-up.
Can you see Mo controlling the ankle? Short knees now from King Mo.
It's a standard wrestling position. Not putting the hooks in, he's trying to ride him out.
Rampage back to his feet. 90 seconds remaining, round number 1.
Rampage has to get off the fence, has to get the space to land those power shots, and he has it now.
Rampage Jackson now coming forward. Big swing and a miss from Jackson. Stiff left jab. Feint on the shot from King Mo.
Rampage very low, being very cautious.
Rampage landed that.
Does not want to get taken down again. Very aggressive in his last 2 fights, but those were guys he didn't have to worry about taking him down. He could throw and not worry about the double leg. Cannot do that against Mo.
Hands high from King Mo, moving backwards.
Big mistake, wide punch. King Mo really committing to those punches.
Body kick from King Mo. See Rampage Jackson coming forward, trying to cut the angle, closing seconds. There's the bell, the end of round 1.
Takedown for the story of the first round. Look at the single leg, dumped him.
The others were against the fence, starting out with the single leg, switching to the double. Here, another power double leg, head right in the center of Rampage's chest.
Go, you ready? You ready? Let's get it on.
Jimmy, round 1 for you on your scorecard.
10-9 King Mo. Rampage was starting to get back in it at the end of the round, but most of the round belonged to the takedown of Mo.
The winner of this fight claims this Bellator light heavyweight tournament.
The ground strikes landed 15-0 in favor of King Mo. No surprise there.
Rampage acted as though that may have clipped the cup. Oh, if the Asman was all right, keeps fighting.
That left hook did catch him. Mo hasn't really found his rhythm on the feet, been doing well with the takedowns. And as Rampage gets more slippery later in the fight, takedowns get much harder to pull off. Looks like King Mo's already cut over his left eye.
See Rampage loading up the right hand. Lands the right hand.
A good left hook. This is the range Rampage wanted, coming in with short hooks.
Body lock now from Mo. Turn.
Rampage felt the ease of King Mo's takedown. In this round, King Mo has felt the power in Rampage's hands. He's fighting hard for that takedown.
Well defended from Rampage Jackson. Again, Jimmy, Rampage coming forward in the stand-up.
Grabs Fedor apart.
King Mo's left eye leaking blood.
I'm impressed with the jab of Rampage. It snapped Mo's head back more than once. That left eye is a mess. And it's letting Rampage box a lot more efficiently. He doesn't have to throw big power shots every time. He can stay behind his jab. King Mo needs this takedown.
Wide defensive base for Rampage Jackson. Getting the level change from King Mo. Still looking for the takedown. Still can't find it. Good takedown defense, Jimmy, from Rampage.
Staying heavy on the hips. And as I said, as they get more slippery, takedowns get much harder to pull off. This cost King Mo a lot of energy. This is what he does in most fights. Rampage uses his takedown, his experience defensively.
Clever turn to the back by King Mo. Back to work on the thighs with the short knees. Boy, right hand from Rampage.
Come on, work it out, let's go.
Call for action from John McCarthy.
Rampage lifted up his hands like, hey, it's not my problem. Go ahead and separate us. He's been doing damage on the feet.
Grinding forward and tight with the top of his head. Perfectly legal, trying to get in tight.
For all his talk about stopping Rampage, he hasn't landed the significant shots, but that was a good left to the chin.
Left started that sequence for King Mo. Jump knee misses.
It's been more of a wrestling match for King Mo, a boxing match for Rampage. Good head movement by Rampage. Easy takedown that time by King Mo, but not a lot of time left in the round.
Now 30 seconds remaining, round number 2 of this light heavyweight tournament final.
Yeah, he's got to do a lot to win back this round. That was a knee to the body. That was legal.
Jackson back to his feet. See the blood, the heavy swelling above and below King Mo's left eye. Good uppercut landed by Rampage. champion Emmanuel Newton. Jimmy, how do you have it through 2 rounds?
All tied up. I give the last round to Rampage 10-9. Whoever wins this round wins the fight on my scorecard. Not that the judges always agree with me. Keep that in mind.
The fighter's throwing on the inside. Hands high for King Mo.
The takedown of King Mo has made Rampage efficient with his boxing. He doesn't want to throw a lot of wild punches, a lot of power shots, and let King Mo get inside and take him down.
Nice left hook from Rampage Jackson. It's a level change, well defended from Rampage. Knee to the body from King Mo.
Mo trying to put Rampage up against the fence. Switching to the single leg, looking to turn and dump him. Rampage going over the top. Switches to the single leg on the other side. Great transitional wrestling, and he gets it.
Sucks in the ankle, gets the takedown.
Question is, can Rampage explode and get back to his feet in this 3rd round? He spent a lot of energy in this fight. Might just hold on and wait for a stand-up, but that kills a lot of time.
Getting late in this fight. 3:05 now remaining, 3rd and final round. King Mo driving in and grinding with the forearm, the left elbow. Hammer fist with the right hand.
Come on, let's work.
McCarthy just called for action.
King Mo not able to land any significant,
Let's go.
significant strikes from on top. Good turn by Rampage. He's got to explode back to his feet.
Following him through King Mo.
One of my keys to the fight for Rampage, save some gas for the late rounds. He needs it right now.
Rampage Jackson back to his feet.
Mo didn't do any damage, but he held Rampage down. He cannot spin this round on the bottom. And he's after King Mo again.
Center of the Bellator cage. Weak left jab misses from King Mo. That right hand misses. Seeing that stance, Jimmy, Rampage Jackson loading up the right hand.
And he's also flicking that jab very well. He has throughout this fight. He's done less of it in this 3rd round, though. I think he needs to go back to it.
Another shot from King Mo.
You cannot afford to give up another takedown. He's had some success on the feet, but Rampage takes him down, stays on top.
Come on, work it out.
It's not going to be good for his chances with the judges.
Minute 15 of the biggest grudge match in MMA. Final minute of this light heavyweight tournament final. A world title shot to the winner. Ringo lets go of the body lock.
Stop.
There's the separation, the restart from John McCarthy. To the home stretch now. Rampage just missing with that uppercut.
Oh, nice left hook. Nice uppercut.
That uppercut landed. Counter snap jab from King Mo. Full stocking mode for Rampage Jackson. Looking for one more big shot before the bell. And that is the end of the fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, having gone the distance inside the Bellator cage at tonight's Bellator pay-per-view, will go to your judges' scorecards. All three judges cage side, Rob Hines, Kelly Leo, and Todd Anderson, all scored the fight exactly the same at 29-28 for the winner by unanimous decision. Now, the winner of the light heavyweight tournament, earning his world title shot, Rampage Jackson.
Let's go to Jimmy Smith.
You guys are talking at the end of the fight, you're talking now. Is your opinion of King Mo the same as it was before this fight, man? What's going on?
Keep it 100. He did better than I thought he was going to do. I got to give it up to King Mo. He a worthy warrior. But he came right out the back and took me down just like I thought he would, but still caught me by surprise. But rematch. I'm not happy with my victory tonight, guys. I wanted to knock King Mo out. Who want to see King Mo get knocked out? Rematch! You're ready. I want a rematch. I want to knock King Mo out. I don't want to be satisfied if he's down on his Bellator mat sleeping.
Well, I have to find out about that from King Mo. King Mo, how do you feel about a rematch?
Yo, you know what's up, man. Yo, dick riding ass. You know I won that fucking fight. You smiling and shit. You know I won that fight. Nah. Rampage, nothing against you. But I beat you though, dog. You know it. Your corner know it. I won that fight. And Bjorn, those dick riding ass, hey, cut me then if you don't like me. You know I win that fight, Bjorn.
We'll see if a rematch will happen. Let's give it up. Rampage, this Memphis crowd behind you, man, how much did that mean to you?
It meant everything to me. I never felt so much pressure in my life before one of my fights. I was super nervous. Thanks, Memphis, for supporting me. I'm gonna ask Bjorn if we could come back and do the rematch at the FedEx Forum. Who would like that? I'm gonna ask Bjorn. Bjorn is my man. Me and Bjorn are cool. He the man. He the coolest guy in MMA. Bellator, we finna take over the whole MMA scene. But hey, I gotta say something. Tonight, I dedicate this fight to my high school wrestling coach, Peter Bojo. He passed away about a month ago. He was supposed to be here at my fight. And I apologize, Coach, that I didn't pull off the type of wrestling that you wanted me to pull off, but I still dedicate this fight to you, Coach. I love you. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. Then I wanna thank the mayor of Memphis. He made today, Rampage Day. That's a big honor for me. I'm gonna put the plaque right next to my key that I got back in '07. And I wanna thank my mom and her friends at Baptist Surgery. My mom, I love your mama, Lucille Harris. I want everybody to come get drunk with me tonight at the Pony on Winchester. Monster Energy Drink, thank you for riding with me. Osiris Shoes, I love all my sponsors. Triumph United, we doing this thing. Let me check my list, see if I forgot anybody. The Mariners, they couldn't fight for my code. Yeah, join me at the Pony, y'all. Join me at the Pony.
Give it up for Rampage Jackson, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much.
Take a look at those records, 37-13, 35-13. You have two legends in this cage that have been and done it all.
Referee Mike Beltran will oversee this Legends battle.
Obey my commands at all times. Touch goes now if you want. Very well. The sound of the bell coming up.
No touching of the gloves.
Well, there was a moment there. Just a moment.
All the way back. Back.
Rampage Jackson's 7th fight at heavyweight. Wanderlei Silva has been at heavyweight before, fighting the likes of Mark Hunt. And, of course, the last time he was knocked out by Mirko Crocop in the Pride Openweight Grand Prix. But here we go. A rivalry that has spanned 15 years. Will it end tonight?
Both of these guys have always hated fighting wrestlers. And so I doubt we're going to see a whole lot of takedowns in this fight. I think they're going to stand in the center and they're going to sling, and we're going to see who's going to come out on top.
Rampage Jackson in the red gloves, Silva in the blue gloves. Silva had the longest undefeated streak in Pride FC history at 22-20, hold the record for most knockouts in Pride FC history.
You're seeing Wanderlei actually throw a straight jab, which is, it's getting through Jackson's guard.
A minute gone in round one. Both of them having been defeated by one of our analysts, Chael Sonnen, who of course will face Fedor Emelianenko after beating Quinton Rampage Jackson in the opening round of the heavyweight Grand Prix. And Silva winging that overhand right.
And I was waiting, there's gotta be a moment, you know Wanderlei cannot hold back. He's like a kid at a candy store. He's got to throw those winging shots.
Silva losing his Bellator debut to Sonnen. Silva with 35 MMA wins, 25 of those via knockout, and he's tagged by Jackson. And Jackson leaning in on Silva. Jackson with 18 of his 37 victories coming via his power.
Power does not go away, and Quinton Jackson will always possess in both hands just dynamite. Good inside knee by Wanderlei.
Silva trying to deliver a knee on the exit. Under 3 minutes down remaining in the first round. And the first meeting in the final of the Pride Light Heavyweight Grand Prix. There was middleweight there. Knee knockout. Then, Halloween night 2004, Jackson fought much better, but Silva still knocked him out with a knee. Jackson's body over the middle rope, blood cascading from his forehead on the canvas, and then at almost, what is it now? 10 years, the knockout
10
in
years
the
says that.
UFC fight.
Both of them, if you look at both of them, Mauro, that knockout at Jackson was one of the most devastating knockouts you have ever seen. And the same in return when Quinton put Wanderlei out. Nice shot by Wanderlei, that got through.
Right hand by Silva, again a windmill right hand.
And even in that victory, when Quinton lost in that second fight, even though it was a knee that we all looked at, Quinton said it was his hands that hurt me. It didn't matter about the knees.
That's the midpoint of the opening round. There's a jab by Silva. Silva already with a mouse underneath the right hand. Again, that overhand windmill right hand by Silva. Jackson closes the gap, pins him along the fence.
And well, what you're looking at is Quinton, you know, when he knocked out Wanderlei, it was that windmill overhand right that he tucked and rolled through, brought up the left hook, and landed a clean shot. That's what Quinton is still looking for when Wanderlei is throwing that big looping right.
Since their last encounter, Jackson has fought 14 times. And again, closing the gap, knee by Jackson as he pushes Silva to the fence in the final minute of the opening frame. Silva guaranteed that this fight will end in a finish. And he predicted that he would knock out Rampage Jackson.
Silva trying to use a plumb on, pulled Jackson's head down, didn't work at all. That's the strength of Quinton Jackson's style.
Exchange here with 20 seconds.
Oh, big shot. Quinton landed a big shot on him. That's why Wanderlei's moving.
Final 10 seconds of the opening round. Jackson saying, hey, meet me in the center of the cage. Let's do this. And here in round 2, Jackson and Silva going to try to pop each other like the victor will be popping bottles here in this 4th meeting of these two MMA icons. Outside low kick by Silva.
That was one of the techniques I really thought Wanderlei would come out with. I think that low kick against Quinton, it's a lot of weight on that lead leg, but you got to be careful when you're throwing that kick not to get hit by one of Quinton's hands.
Jab by Jackson, followed by a counter right hand from Silva. 30 seconds gone here in the second. Scheduled for 3. In exchange, Silva shelling up. Now Silva and Jackson swinging for the fences. Vintage stuff from Jackson and Silva.
That right there is what everyone's expecting, Mauro.
Fisted fireworks here in the co-main event, round number 2. Jab by Jackson. Silva already taking deep breaths here in the second round. Moving up against Jackson, who lands the left hook, just misses with the right.
Yeah. Good movement by Silva. He's seeing it. It's just a matter, you got to get your feet moving and get those legs getting you out of that range.
I remember, oh, there's that overhand right again by Silva. Years ago in Pride, asking Silva how long he would fight. He said, hey, how long did Randy Couture fight for? The MMA Hall of Famer, who, by the way, coined the phrase atomic butt drop when Mark Hunt fought Wanderlei Silva in Pride.
He's hurt bad.
Blocks Jackson.
He is hurt bad right now, Mauro. That's why he's got that clinch. He needs to hold on. Quinton should actually try to pull away, open up again.
My goodness, what a crushing combination, and Silva still standing. Tie plum. Oh, and now Silva trying to fight off Jackson. Now looking for, well, thought he might go for the guillotine.
Look, we both know that Quinton can swat, and he hit Silva with a clean shot. He's still there. That's saying something about Wanderlei still having a chin.
Jackson trying to put Silva in a quiet place with his striking, and midway point of the round in the fight. How do you have it so far, John?
Right now, I've got Quinn Jackson up 10-9. He's the one that landed the more damaging shots in that first round.
There was Silva in round 2.
There was moments for Silva, but Quinn's the one that did the most damage, and he's doing it again.
And now Silva using lateral movement, then resetting.
That left hand gets straight through.
And here's another exchange. Jackson and Silva. Jackson with the knee, under 2 minutes left in the round.
Silva taking a deep breath. That action's starting to catch up to him.
The action coming in waves. 1:45 left in the second. Jackson has earned his past 3 victories by decision, the longest streaks of wins in his career without a stoppage.
See, and right now, when you're looking at this type of clinch, in this type of clinch, you see no one trying to take anyone down, no one trying to do any of those strikes. This is where you go, hey, work, I'm going to separate you, stop, separate the fighters, and let the action.
Right uppercuts on the inside by Jackson, and then Silva wings away.
I think Wanderlei needs to utilize his kicks a little more than he's doing. I don't know what he's feeling, but just hitting Quinn with punches is not the way to get rid of him.
Final minute of the second round as Jackson sticks the jab and gets Silva moving laterally around the cage.
See those little feints. Jackson's trying to set him up. He's trying to get him to actually explode so he can use that counter.
Jackson lands a jab. Right from Silva. Jackson ground and pound on Wanderlei Silva to the body. Upstairs. It's on Rampage. Rampage evens the series.
Ladies and gentlemen, inside the Bellator cage, he evens the score. Official time, 4 minutes, 32 seconds into round number 2. The winner by TKO, Quinton Rampage Jackson.
Excuse me. I am a once-in-a-lifetime treasure to this godless city. The biggest draw in the industry, the highest-paid athlete the sport has ever seen. It can be 1-on-1, 2-on-1, or 5-on-1. I will make sure you all need 9-1-1.
Now making his way to the cage, the American gangster, Chael Sonnen. set now to make his way to the cage, the last Emperor, Fedor Emelianenko.
Our tail of the tape for this, our main event of the evening. 42-year-old Fedor Emelianenko against 41-year-old Chael Sonnen. Look at the weight.
Look at that record, 37-5, 30-15. We're talking about two guys that have been in this sport for over 20 years, and you've only got 5 losses on Fedor in 20 years.
236 for Emelianenko, 227 for Chael Sonnen. Reach advantage to the last Emperor. Official introductions from Michael C. Williams.
Bellator MMA on Paramount Network from NYCB Live. The time has come for the main event of the evening, the conclusion of the semifinal round in the Heavyweight World Grand Prix. Sanctioned tonight by the New York State Athletic Commission and brought to you by Miller Lite. Great taste and only 96 calories. And now, scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds, we introduce the blue corner. At 6'1", weighing in 227 pounds, multiple times a world title challenger, he brings a professional record with 30 victories, 15 defeats, and 1 draw. Hailing from and fighting out of West Lynn, Oregon, introducing Chael, the American Gangster Sonnen. And across the cage, his adversary, fighting out of the red corner, at 6 foot, weighing in 236 pounds, a former champion, an iconic career. Tonight, he stands with 37 professional victories, including 28 finishes, along with 5 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the legend from Stadiorsko, Russia, the last Emperor, Fedor Emelianenko. In charge of the action, your referee, Dan Murgliana.
All right, gentlemen, center, please. All right, guys, been through the rules in the locker room. I want you to obey my commands at all times. I want you to take yourselves at all times. If you want to touch gloves, do it now. You want to touch gloves? Okay, back to your corners, guys.
Second question was the same as the first question, and yes, they did touch gloves. Fedor Emelianenko has only gone to the judges' scorecards 2 times in the last 18 fights. He has never lost a decision.
Chael, you ready?
Chael Sonnen looking to take him down and beat him up. Here we go. Tonight's fight card.
Big shot.
He's on Miller Lite.
Chael Sonnen has now tasted the power of Fedor Emelianenko. Another shot.
Big shot immediately thrown by Fedor.
Those shots are going to slow down those takedown attempts. When you're getting nailed, you don't want to come in again.
Boom. And the takedown attempt hasn't worked yet, but it does now. But look at this.
And that's the sambo of Fedor Emelianenko. This is what people don't understand. He is a phenomenal grappler.
Fedor, 15 wins by submission, 13 wins by knockout.
One of the things that used to happen in Pride, Fedor had some of the best ground and pound we have ever seen. He has turned into a stand-up fighter, doesn't even seem to want to fight on the ground anymore.
Look at that. This is not good for Chael Sonnen.
Chael keeps coming back.
Yep, this is what Frank and Josh talked about. If Chael can't take him down, this fight could be very short.
It could, but I'm telling you, this is what makes Chael Sonnen who he is. He is a gangster when it comes to he does not quit. Look at that takedown. Look at him going after it. He will not stop. He will continue to press until you put him down. That was not a smart move.
Big shots from Fedor. Looking to finish it right here, right now.
Chael is sticking with it, but Chael made a big, what he did is he tried to hook in and roll Fedor over to get his back. It didn't work for him. It was an attempt at something. I give him credit for trying, but you got to be careful when you're working with Fedor.
The explosiveness of Fedor Emelianenko on display prominently here early in this fight.
We were talking earlier about positioning and where Chael needed to be. Fedor keeps getting to those positions that Chael wants to be in.
24 first-round finishes for Fedor Emelianenko.
Chael is pressing the action. You can see Fedor is breathing a little bit. A little bit of a rush, a little bit of adrenaline high. He's breathing hard, and Chael's got this takedown.
That is Chael Sonnen 101 right there.
It is, and he's in the position he needs to be to do damage to Fedor. This half-guard position is a great position for Chael Sonnen right now.
So far, Fedor doing a good job of controlling the posture of Chael Sonnen. And he continues to do so.
I think both fighters are trying to settle themselves down, grab some air, just get their heart rate going where they're comfortable so they can start to open up and attack again.
Absolutely, Big Johnny, frenetic pace to the start of this fight. Big shot landed immediately by Fedor. He had Chael down, beating him up, and now Chael Sonnen on top.
Nice move by Chael to get to that mount, but wow. This is where, on the ground, in this position, Fedor can be dangerous. He is a ground and pound master when he decides to go for it.
At the very top of the show, we talked about a similar type of attack for Chael as we saw from Ryan Bader, but with some twists and some big punches.
That was a big right hand. Big right hand that Fedor landed on Chael. Chael is hanging tough. Love what I see out of him right now. He's got to move this.
Looking to finish right here, right now.
He's not being hurt, but he's got to move when Dan tells him to move. It's over.
And it's all over. Fedor Emelianenko will fight Ryan Bader for the heavyweight world championship. make it official, Michael C. Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, inside the Bellator cage, it comes to an end officially. 4 minutes, 46 seconds into round number 1 by TKO. He advances to the finals of the Bellator Heavyweight World Grand Prix, the last Emperor, Fedor Emelianenko.
The GOAT looked great tonight. Here is Big John.
I am here with the winner, Fedor Emelianenko. Fedor, you guys came out and started bombing. You hit Chael Sonnen with some big shots, but he kept responding. Were you surprised by him continuing to go after you and push you in this fight?
Федор, вы показали беспримерный бой, и вы обрушили ряд ударов, очень сильных на Chaela Sonnena. Но были ли вы удивлены, как он противостоял и все-таки пытался вам ответить?
Да, Chael очень хорошо работал. Грамотно старался смещаться с линии так. Вот очень, да, молодец, хорошо готовился, видно.
Chael worked really very hard, and it shows that he did prepared very well.
How tired was he getting from all of that activity and going after Chael and throwing big bombs? Was he getting a little winded in the middle of that round?
Насколько измотал вас Chael, насколько вы устали, пытаясь достать Chaela своими ударами?
Нет, ну, слава богу, все хорошо. Еще можно работать.
Thanks God, I'm not tired and still can be working.
I'm sure he watched the fight last night, seeing Ryan Bader advance to the finals along with him now. How does he feel about facing a guy like Ryan Bader?
Вы, наверное, уже слышали или смотрели вчерашний бой, знаете, что Райан Бейдер вышел в финал. Как вы смотрите на то, что вы встретитесь с Райаном Бейдером?
Да, очень хороший, серьезный соперник. Я видел его на открытой тренировке. Очень сильный, очень грамотный боец.
He is a great and very strong fighter. I did have the opportunity to watch him during the open workout, and I can see that he's very great and very serious opponent.
Well, I just want to tell you congratulations on a very impressive win. Congratulations on moving on to the finals of the Bellator Heavyweight Grand Prix and getting a chance at that Bellator Heavyweight title. Ladies and gentlemen, the last Emperor, Fedor Emelianenko.
Obviously, both guys are older fighters in their 40s, but as heavyweights, that's not a bad thing. Look at that reach, it's identical. Weight's just a little bit different.
Gentlemen, you both know the rules, you both know what I expect. Protect yourselves at all times, follow my instruction at all times. If I ask for a break, I expect a good, clean break. Fight hard, fight fair, and fight clean. If you want to touch gloves, do so now. Back to your corners.
Leon Roberts, third man in the ring. Mirko Crocop has 23 victories via first-round knockout. Roy Nelson has 10 wins via first-round knockout.
Okay, first round, you ready to fight? You ready to fight? Bring it up.
The bell and round 1, Mirko Crocop in the red gloves, Roy Nelson in the blue, and immediately Roy Nelson comes out, flashing the jab.
You're going to see Roy Nelson trying to back Mirko up. One of the things that has come out in fighting Mirko is you do not want to let him come forward. If you can back him up, it slows his progression and it slows his use of his leg kicks.
Of course, Mirko Crocop, a southpaw. Nelson wisely circling to his left to avoid that trademark left head kick. Nelson using that right hand as a decoy to close the distance.
Exactly what he's doing, but you know, the one thing is, Mirko is not a guy that is easy to take down, be it by going after his legs or going for upper body control. He is an incredibly strong man. You can see the strength in his legs, you can see the strength in his back. He is not an easy guy to take down, and Roy's gonna have to work hard to get it there.
Crocop involved in one of the most celebrated heavyweight title fights in MMA history, August 2005, when he fought Fedor Emelianenko for the Pride Heavyweight Championship, and Emelianenko came up with the winning blueprint.
No doubt about it. That was the time. You know, Mirko was a killer in Pride. He was going through, wrecking everyone. He lost a couple of fights by making mistakes. He learned from those mistakes and then was killing everybody. Fedor was the first one that said you have to make him go backwards. He did that. He got the win, and he wrote the blueprint that a lot of guys have used to try to beat Mirko Crocop.
Crocop earlier landed a nice left uppercut on the inside. And Nelson now, Crocop using that overhook.
And what you're seeing is, you know, these couple of times that Roy has got inside, he's pressing. You've seen Mirko physically, strength-wise, just move him off, but you're not going to be able to do that throughout the whole fight. So Roy needs to keep doing what he's doing. Keep pressing, keep putting that pressure on him, and eventually that strength will start to wane. People forget that Roy Nelson has an outstanding ground game. He's a good wrestler.
I think he forgets sometimes.
Exactly, but his jiu-jitsu is phenomenal, especially when we talk about he is a top positional jiu-jitsu guy. When he's on top, his ability to create pressures, create situations, it is remarkable how good he is.
Crocop, left uppercut on the inside by Crocop.
That was a hard shot. That shows you that Roy Nelson still has that chin.
2 minutes left in the first round. Roy Nelson with one of the most durable chins in MMA history.
You can't take too many of those, though, Morrow. They will add up fast.
Another left uppercut on the inside by Crocop.
Nice elbow coming across. This is where you see Roy's breaking off. He needs to now establish, go back to pushing Crocop backwards.
Keep him up, that's good, keep him up.
Crocop and Nelson jockeying for position along the fence. Crocop turning the tables, slashing elbow strike across the face of Nelson. Minute left in the opening round. Nelson just misses with a right uppercut. Mirko Crocop misses with a left uppercut on the inside.
Mirko's getting that distance when he's getting inside. He's the one that's landing the better shots.
There's a liver kick by Crocop.
Roy dropping down, trying to get into the legs of Mirko. Yeah. Not an easy thing to do.
Especially after absorbing that left kick to the body. 30 seconds left in this first round.
Mirko should take that leg, bring it to the outside of Roy. There you go, outside of Roy's leg. That's going to help him with his balance point.
Crocop again lands a left uppercut on the inside. We're headed to round number 2.
Time, gentlemen, fight. Bring it up.
Bell and round at number 2. How did you score the first round on your unofficial scorecard?
You know, it's an interesting round, and Roy was the one that dictated the pace and location of the fight, but it was Mirko that landed the bigger strikes, and I give that 10-9 to Mirko based upon who landed the biggest strikes.
Nelson coming forward with a wild right hand. Wide looping right. Crocop, you know, he's got that left kick in his chamber. They're fainting with it.
And what you're seeing is there's a little bit of a dichotomy going here because Roy is not coming forward as much. But he's got Mirko moving towards his right hand, which is a good thing for Roy.
Crocop backs Nelson into the cage. Nelson pummeling. Crocop trying to create some separation. Drives a left knee up the middle. Left uppercut to the inside. And there's an elbow strike over the top by Crocop.
Beautifully thrown elbow.
An elbow by Nelson.
Right now, when it gets into this phone book phone booth fighting range that you're seeing, Crocop is the one that's landing the heavier strikes.
Nasty knee and a nasty left up. Another left uppercut by Crocop.
Well, he's got to move. He cannot take that type of shot.
Nice defense here exhibited by Crocop. Nelson trying to change levels, trying to find a way to bring Crocop down because Crocop is letting Nelson know he still has some power, but Nelson also letting Crocop know I can still take a shot.
Oh, there's no doubt Roy Nelson can take a shot. He is a tough man, and he's got a granite for a chin.
Oh, there's a body kick by Nelson.
Nice job by Roy Nelson with the kick. He's trying to back Crocop up still, but it's starting to slow down, and that could be a problem for him.
Left kick by Crocop to the body. Inside, low kick to the lead leg by Crocop. There's that patented head kick blocked by Nelson. Straight left hand down the middle by Crocop.
And a good job by Roy Nelson when he blocked that. He brought both hands over to take the power off that kick.
Left hand by Crocop gets Nelson's attention. Just past the midpoint of the round in the fight.
When you're Mirko Crocop and you're hitting a guy with that much power and he just keeps walking forward, you gotta, what is in this guy's chin?
Crocop stuffing another takedown attempt by Nelson.
Roy needs to be careful of the knees in here.
Final 2 minutes of the second round. Crocop, left uppercut. That's been one of his most effective punches of the fight. Back fist there by Nelson on the exit. Nelson again looking for the takedown and then connects with Crocop. And remember again another legendary fight in Pride when Kevin Rattleman faked the takedown, landed that left hook upstairs, led to the upset victory over Crocop in the 2004 Pride Heavyweight Grand Prix, and now Nelson finding some success with his striking.
I can tell you that strike, that got Mirko's attention. That's why he was backing off. Roy hurt him with it. Just can he take advantage of it?
Inside kick by Crocop. Nelson, this is with that kick, and again, Nelson trying for the takedown, securing the left leg. Crocop has 5 submission wins, including a guillotine choke victory.
Roy needs to be careful. His head is in position for that guillotine, but Mirko's not even thinking about it. He's thinking about just defending against the takedown.
Under a minute left in the second round, and Crocop backs Nelson back into the fence. Ben Crocop looking to create separation, but Nelson beats him to the punch with a knee, but another left uppercut on the inside by Crocop.
And you're looking, what are the shots that are landing with the most power? That uppercut is finding its mark over and over again.
Half a minute left in the round. Nelson has that single collar tie, but then just allows the break, and Crocop inside low kick to the lead leg, lead left hand. Oh, but there's a right uppercut on the inside.
And it missed.
That grazed the chin of Crocop. Oh, a body shot by Nelson. Left kick by Crocop. Mirko Crocop in the red gloves, Roy Nelson in the blue gloves. Nelson won their first meeting in 2011. And how do you have it going into the third round on your unofficial scorecard?
Right now I got Mirko up in this fight, but this is the round that Roy Nelson ended when they did first fight back in 2011. It was round 3. We'll see if he can do the same.
Crocop continues to attack Nelson's lead leg as they come together. Nelson launches a right uppercut. Inside, low kick again by Crocop. Now he's along the fence. Nelson looking for the takedown. Well read by Crocop. Short right uppercut on the inside. Another one by Nelson.
That second one landed with a lot more power. That was a good shot by Roy.
Crocop breathing through his mouth, his open mouth, and again, both guys in their 40s here, looking for their respective last stands in mixed martial arts. Nelson trying to snap a 2-fight losing streak. Mirko Crocop wants to be victorious in his Bellator MMA debut. A minute and a half gone here in the final frame.
Well, you see Roy is still going with that game plan, and he's trying to drive Mirko back, get into the fence, going for the takedown. He just hasn't been successful with that takedown.
Crocop stuffs it yet again.
And now, when you got Crocop being sweaty, Roy being tired, it's going to be a lot harder to get that takedown unless he hurts him with the hands.
Double left, and then Nelson misses with the long distance right uppercut, and again just trying to take Crocop down, but Crocop, great defense with the underhook.
Digs that underhook, now keeps Roy at a distance, can't get his hands together on anything. This is a good position right now that Mirko Crocop is in.
Punch it over there, punch it over there!
See Mirko trying to shake those arms out. They're getting heavy, and they're getting heavy from what Roy Nelson is doing in those shots, and he's digging those underhooks and holding that weight.
Lactic
acid starting to build up.
Midway through the final round, Crocop moving to his left. Nelson using some punches to try to, again, he closes the distance but unable to secure the takedown.
Yeah, and that just goes to the athlete that Mirko Crocop is and how good he has gotten with his defensive wrestling. He is not an easy man to take to the ground.
Crocop told us that his biggest career achievements were winning belts in K1, kickboxing, and in Pride Fighting Championships.
Watch your heads, Joe. Watch your
Clash of the
heads.
heads right there.
Crocop stumbling forward.
That was Roy Nelson trying to snap him down. That was a smart move by Roy. Almost worked.
And it still made Crocop stumble forward, but it didn't work because we got a minute and a half left in this fight. Crocop continues to move to his left. Nelson standing in front of him, double jab, but then Crocop comes back with a jab. That's a wild looping left hand by Crocop.
Yeah, you can see Crocop is tired, and it's from all of that stopping of what Roy Nelson is bringing pressure, and he's using a lot of strength to stop what Roy's doing.
And yet he continues to stop Roy Nelson's takedown attempts until that one. So Mirko Crocop forced to work from his back in the final minute of the fight.
Final minute, this is the problem. Roy's tired. He finally gets him where he wants to have him. Can he do something from this position with very little time left?
Seconds left in this heavyweight rematch between Mirko Crocop and Roy Nelson. Nelson with the wide base, Crocop an open guard. And in our second heavyweight rematch of the night, we are once again going to the judges' scorecards.
Time, gentlemen, time.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the decision, we'll go to your three judges at Kingside. Your first judge, Sal D'Amato, scores it 30-27, while judges Dave Peabody and Dave Torelli both see the fight exactly the same, 29-28. I'll have it for the winner by unanimous decision, Mirko Crocop.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Francis Ngannou. Subscribe now.